Hey everybody, this is Shan, and today I'm going to give you 5 reasons why living in China is a good idea. After living in China for roughly 2 decades, I have many unique perspectives about life in China, some good and some bad. So as I said in the intro, today I'm going to give you 5 simple reasons why living in China is a good idea. This is not to say that there are only 5 reasons or that there are no negative ones. However, those are for future videos if y'all like this one. Now, in no specific order, let's get into it. Number 5, outdoor equipment is everywhere in China. If you're into working out, staying healthy and fit, but you don't want to pay the cost of a gym membership, well, in China, it's not that hard. All over China, in the villages, communities like mine, public parks and public squares, you'll find exercise equipment everywhere. This exercise equipment is publicly available, and for the most part, and in most cases, they are very well maintained. Now, not everyone takes advantage of them all the time, but people are encouraged to do so, and for good reason. A healthy society is less burdensome on the government and the health system. I assume that's the motivation behind these publicly available pieces of equipment. Now you can see in my community, we've got plenty of equipment. We even got a ping pong table, but people use this area also for hanging their clothes to dry and for parking their bikes. How you do that? All right, number 4. Number 4, gated communities and security. Here in China, crime is generally low. Does it happen? Absolutely. However, there are many reasons for low crime here, from the severity of punishments to underreporting. However, from my personal observations, living here in China for so long, I have seen less general crime and criminal behavior than back home in the States. That's not to say there is no crime. However, the typical B&E and assault cases are less frequent than we would normally have back home. Even with all that said, it is a nice thing to feel secure at home. That is why I like the fact that most apartment complexes these days here in China have gates on them. These communities generally have 1 or 2 access points and have 24-hour, 7-day-a-week security guards hanging out. Now, with all honesty, most of these security guards either don't do anything, or sometimes their life sucks so much that they feel a sense of power and entitlement that it kind of goes to their head. But either way, it feels like there's someone here just giving a little bit of more security to my daily life at my home. Anyways, check you out for number 3. Number 3, the ability to make money. We all know that money is a big part of life, and thus we need to make it. Over the last several years, young, unskilled expats have come to China to teach English in exchange for a very good wage, sometimes too good. The sad truth is that according to some statistics, as much as 96% of expats teaching English or other subjects here in China are non-educated, non-experienced, non-native English speakers, or don't even have a high school diploma. Recently, China has been cracking down hard on these expats. And now, with the COVID-19, China has ramped up their want to weed out those that are unqualified to be teaching. This might sound bad. However, for those that are qualified teachers, those with an education, skills, and experience have an ability and the opportunity to find high-paying jobs with awesome benefits. Now, many people think about teaching English in China as a job or as a career. However, if you have other skills for the IT industry, as a researcher, in sales, law, or many other skilled markets, there is a fortune to be made. New Chinese companies are being developed and opening all the time. Not to mention, large corporations from around the world are coming here to China and opening offices. Many of these companies not just need local workers, but those from the international market as well. Think about it. Here comes number 2. Number 2, The convenience of ordering online and with mobile apps. I know, back home you've all got things like Grubhub, Uber Eats, and Amazon. However, in China, the convenience of shopping online is much more extensive. With apps like Ele.me and Dianping, as well as websites like JD and Taobao, the convenience of shopping and living have never been easier than they are now. In most cases, you will need to have some Chinese skills to use these services, but it is not difficult for newbies here to learn very quickly. If you are in a bigger city, like I am here in Beijing, some items you can order in the morning and have delivered by the afternoon. Restaurants, grocery stores, pharmacies, clothes, toys, furniture, and heck, even adult entertainment products, you know what I'm talking about, can be ordered from the comfort of your home. I will say, as I am an extrovert, I do find that people using these conveniences are becoming more isolated, which I see is also a bad thing. But that's for another topic and another video. Now hang on for number 1. Lastly, let's talk about apartments, sizes, costs, and locations. Let's take my home for instance. Now I live near the heartbeat of Beijing. It's not far from the Sanlitun area. In comparison, it would be like living near the theater district or Times Square back home in New York. Now my apartment is about 68 square meters in size, which is roughly 730 square feet. I have 2 bedrooms, each with a pretty large sized balcony. I have 1 bathroom, a kitchen, a living room, and I'm on the 12th floor, which gives for a really nice view. Another thing I love about my home is the design. It is more Western than other homes I've lived in, with hardwood floors and good paint job, which honestly kind of gives it a more homey feeling. Now this isn't a common thing in China, however you can find it if you look. All in all, it's a very good place to live. Now my apartment only cost me about 8,000 RMB a month, which is roughly $1,100. In comparison, in New York, I would expect to pay anywhere between $3,000 and $4,500 a month. As far as utilities go, I pay about 1,100 RMB per year or $140 per year for high-speed internet. My power is about 200 kwai or $28 a month in the winter and 500 kwai or $78 in the summer. As for gas, which I only use for my hot water and cooking, I average about 1,200 RMB a year or $168. So if you want to live here and live a good life, it doesn't cost that much. Now this was just a random list of 5 reasons living in China is a good idea. There are many, many, many more. There are also many reasons not to live here. Just like everything, there are always pros and cons. If you want to see more lists like this, be sure to give me a thumbs up down below and share this video with your friends. Help me spread this with the world. Also, leave me a comment down below. Let me know what your thoughts are about this video and what you want to see in the future. See you next time for a list of 5 things that you want to know when dating a Chinese girl here in China. Until next time, much love and stay foxy.